Okay, I want to watch Britain's Hidden Hoarders. There is this one show that I used to watch. Actually, whenever I first started my channel, I used to watch it. Um, I actually might see if I can commentate on that because I've been wanting to like commentate on shows, but like the big ones like on TV, it won't let me upload or I'll get a, copyright strike and I don't want that. Um so like last night I was trying to do Trafficked with Mariana. I love her. I love the show. But of course it's on Nat Geo, so it got blocked and it wouldn't even post on my page. So that was a bummer because I really like that. If y'all ever need anything to watch, look up that show. It's an awesome show. Um, I think the show that I want to do is called it's like OCD cleaners or compulsive. I don't know. It's a really cool show because it's like people with OCD. Okay, first of all, they're from like Britain or somewhere, so their like accent, it just makes it all the better. I love listening to it. But they have these people on there like OCD, like clean OCD. Like they will spend like 8 to 10 hours a day cleaning their house. Like there was a little part of me that was like, I don't want to be like that OCD crazy, but I kind of want. I wish I had some of that in me. Like they did crazy things like I wouldn't even think of doing, but then I'm like, maybe I should. Like they would, like obviously like mop the showers. This one girl, she actually steamers were pretty popular, so they would like steam everything, like their bed, the curtain. They even steam the air, like they would suck the air, you know, like steam the air. Um, they would like use like dental floss and clean the handles on like their stove. Just crazy things that you don't think about. And this isn't just like, oh, spring cleaning, let's deep clean. No, this was every single day they would clean. Like hardcore clean. And I loved it. But it was so cool because the show, um, I hope this show isn't like such a bummer after explaining a totally, well, it's not totally different, but the OCD cleaners, whatever that I'm talking about, it's nice because they take these people with OCD, cleaning OCD, and then they put them to use and they team up with like a owner of a house that's like a hoarder's house, and it's like really bad, disgusting. So the people with OCD, it's helping them overcome their fear and like all the nastiness, and it's also helping them try to realize like, okay, I don't have to spend 8 hours a day deep cleaning my already clean house. Like I can take a break, you know. And then it obviously helps the person with the hoarding problem because their house gets all nice and clean. Who is like, I honestly have thought about that. Like sometimes I want to look at Craigslist I wouldn't, because it freaks me out. I don't trust anybody. But I was like, I wish I personally knew like an OCD cleaner. That would be the best person to clean my house. But I just clean it myself. I would be too OCD, because then I'm like, where is this? Where is that? Why would you put this there? So I'm gonna have to look that up after this. But right now, let's go ahead and watch this. I'm curious to see how this is. Hopefully it's good, and hopefully they have, a lot of episodes. It's Britain's Hidden Hoarders. I'm like, this is one episode. What the heck? Hopefully there's more. And you might hear my youngest in the background. Just an FYI.
Behind the ordinary-looking exterior of this flat in Birmingham lies a potentially life-threatening secret.
There's a lot of people who have such a terrible time just to get rid of a piece of paper. I'm not that sort of hoarder. My hoarding's more of like so much stressed out with my anxiety and my depression that I've ended up having a lot of stuff that, I just think, well, I need to get rid of it, and I never do, because my mentality cannot just cope with it. But yes, I do class myself as one. A lot of people deny it, but I don't.
But Sally hasn't always been a hoarder.
I mean, I've been in the flat 15 years. Things do get untidy, but, I used to vacuum and clean, and I looked after 6 cats at the time. It actually started middle of 2010. My cat passed away. All of a sudden, had a heart attack. I was reeling from him with my depression and anxiety. Then I started going out with someone and was having problems with him. And then another cat passed away, had cancer. Aww. And then my mum had a stroke, and it's just sort of like snowballed from there. And it would just build up and build up. And then it gets to a stage where, you can't cope anymore.
Sally's hoarding has become so bad that she's been threatened with eviction.
The council got involved. They'd had notifications of people saying they could smell something. But then the council suggested...
Oh my gosh. I was just wondering, because a lot of these people who end up on the show, it's like they have no other option. A lot of times it's either they have to get it cleaned up, or they're going to be like pretty much evicted. And I've always wondered, how do they know it's so bad? Because sometimes most hoarders, I mean, some you can tell, but there's a lot of hoarders you have no idea from the outside. And then you open up the door and it's crazy. But she just said they smelt something. Oh gosh, that's disgusting. I feel bad for her. I mean, I can understand the whole like being depressed and then having anxiety and then overwhelmed. I mean, thankfully I don't let my house get like this, but sometimes just simple cleaning, I get so, like, with my anxiety, I'm like, it's so hard for me to do one room. So I'm constant, like, I'm doing something, like, if I'm folding clothes, and then I go put them up, and then whenever I'm putting them up, I see something else that needs to be done, so then I'm doing that. So I end up, like, in every room doing all these little things, but it doesn't really seem like I got much done because it was just a little bit everywhere instead of just staying put in one freaking room, getting it all done. So I definitely understand the whole anxiety and feeling overwhelmed and then just being like, I can't do it. I have no motivation.
Would I consider someone coming in? It's scary, it's depressing, and it's frightening. My anxiety was through the roof, but it needed to be done because obviously I was going to lose my flat.
Thankfully, she's found someone to help. Specialist cleaning firm, Engervais.
offer a domestic cleaning service, and through that we had people contacting us to do what they called then house clearances. But then what we were finding were people like Sally that needed somebody to come in and help declutter the house. So that's how it started. And then we found that as we went along, it became more extreme.
Well, what I'm about to do is get to the back of the living room in order to open the door to let fresh air in.
Smart.
It's going to be a mission, but it's got to be done because there's no air here. When I come in, it's the smell. It's the piles and piles of black bags, which I believe is rubbish. So outside's pretty messy, but
I'm not answering that.
but that's the least of our problems at the moment. There's an overspill here of her bits and bobs, which has basically just got to go.
Yeah.
Another problem that we've got here is the fact that she can't get into her kitchen. The door can neither open or close because of the amount of things that's in front of it.
I feel bad even saying this because animals, cats, they can endure a lot. But I wonder if she ever thought about, like, not only this is a huge problem for her, but it's not the best spot for animals and cats. And I know that may sound crazy, especially with cats, because they're like wild animals. But if they're cooped up, I mean, if people are calling saying something about the smell, and then it's like, is she okay? Like, I know she gets used to it, but her body, like her toxins, like inside of her body, hopefully it didn't affect her.
This is Sally's toilet and bathroom. I don't know if you can see the cobwebs up there.
Oh, wow.
I think she's got use of her toilet now.
Dang.
So she's definitely not got use of her bathroom. Her cats are in there. I don't want to let them out. Oh, she's... Oh. Everybody deserves to be able to use their bathroom. Okay. Can you see the poop on the top over there? That's all cat feces. So it's pretty bad in here. This is
Okay, so, oh, wow. Wow. Look at that. Wow. It, like, makes it kind of, like, upsets you. Because you're like, how in the world did you let it get this bad? But then you also are like, I just feel so bad for him. Like how nasty that is. I could not imagine. Oh my gosh. Okay, so first of all, did she have a toilet in there? I'm scared to ask, where did she go to the bathroom? And I thought cats had like, what's it called? Like their little kitty litter thing. That's disgusting. I'm sorry. That's not okay.
It's definitely a biohazard clean. It's not good at all. And this woman really needs our help.
Mm-hmm. I love y'all, man.
Majority of us have some form of care background, whether it be mental health, learning difficulties, or working for the NHS.
That's good.
I'm a hoarding specialist, and that's great because I've got OCD myself, but on the other end. Mm-hmm. So it's really fulfilling to me to clean someone's house and get it back how it should be. To me, that's great.
Yes, heck yes.
But you've got, wait, you've got cat food everywhere though, haven't you?
The hardest problem of the process is basically all of it. You've got strangers coming in, you know, going through your stuff. It's dirty, messy. You know, you're embarrassed of what you've done for those people to deal with it.
It's a mental health condition. We take the time
To get to know them.
to get to know them and their things. It's not a house clearance.
Exactly.
And we try to respect that.
That's awesome. I think that's really smart and really sweet, so that way she can open up and feel comfortable, because otherwise it's like, no, I don't know you, like, don't touch my stuff, it's overwhelming, she's gonna stress out, and then just be like, just go, just forget about it, I'll take care of it, even though she wouldn't. So that's really sweet that these people actually care and have knowledge behind the OCD and hoarding and even mental health. Like, that's nice and sweet that they are sitting there taking their time to make her feel comfortable and trying to get to know her more and letting her know, like, this is why we're doing this, you know, instead of just coming in, throwing everything away, and that would be extremely hard. Oh my gosh, I'm telling you, I love people who are like these, like, who just love to help other people in these circumstances. It takes a special person. Really.
Some of the books have been eaten.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's carpet bugs. Because I didn't know what. See, there's one there. There's a baby one there. I mean, I need to be here to see, you know, what they're getting rid of, and they'll be asking me questions, and that was my biggest anxiety. No way could I have that happen.
So I've given Sally a job. I've made her start making up cardboard boxes for things that she wants to keep. And what you're going to do for me is go through your bags and throw away any rubbish, any packaging you don't need, and any boxes you don't need. Right, so can you do that for me?
Yes,
right, good, okay.
I just feel very disgusted with myself. I had no help, and I was being pulled and pushed from everybody. You know, and it got to a stage where I just wanted to end my life because I'd had enough.
No.
You know, I couldn't cope anymore. So that's why, you know, I need to have it sorted, and that's what we're doing now.
Since her cat Mikey died in her bed 8 weeks ago,
Oh my gosh.
Sally has been sleeping in the hallway.
I just couldn't face going to bed anymore. So I basically got a round chair, which I put there, and as you can see, it's been rubbing.
Wow.
I have a fire here to keep me warm. I have a footstool, and I put my feet up, and I sleep in the chair with a blanket over me. And I've been doing that for the last 2 months. So it's much. The strange thing is, it's much more comfier than my bed, because I've.
Oh my gosh. How did that chair do that to that wall just in 2 months? I mean, I guess if she's like really leaning back on it. I was so sad. Could you imagine? But then just wait for the outcome, because then, you know, she's gonna have a bathroom that she can use and kitchen she can walk into and cook in, and a freaking bed. She could walk up in her room and lay down on that bed. Oh, they better show the whole thing.
Obviously, with everything cluttered on my bed, I used to have just about, 2 foot, if that, of sleeping space, and then the cats would be by me as well, so it was very uncomfortable. And as I suffer with carpet bugs, they actually be crawling over the bed, and you'd have them crawling over your legs, so it was not very nice. That's what happens when you're a hoarder. You have to find somewhere to sleep, because there's nowhere else to sleep.
What kind of bed
Meanwhile,
was that?
T has made an alarming discovery.
This is 4 years worth of kitty litter. Instead of emptying it, she's got more fresh kitty litter and then put it on top.
Oh, hell
It started
no.
from here, so I don't know if you can see this bit here, and it came up like a mountain
That's
and ended
disgusting.
here. And that's how it's been all the way round.
Wow.
So we've obviously dug through, and we've got to this section now. So hopefully this is the last little bit of kitty litter until we get back into the living room. Because they're digging up the kitty litter, and it's dust basically. We don't want the dust to come up, and we're inhaling it. Yeah. So the best thing we do.
So, I wonder if, I mean, look at that wall. So I wonder if they can do something about the carpet and the walls, or would that be too much? because you know that all seep through. I mean, I know pulling out the carpet and doing something would be easier than the wall, but oh my gosh, you know it absorbed all of that.
You spray it down, so instead of using water, we're using chlorine instead.
Perhaps even more alarming, it's not just animal waste lying among the rubbish.
Please don't.
Right, stop. These bottles here I don't want you to step on, because apparently these are the bottles that she was weaning. She was ill a few years ago. She started to wean the bottles. She's told us that the bottles are in this room.
I suffer with bladder problems, the stress of incontinence. I couldn't even get to the toilet in time, so I started having accidents, obviously. And it got to a stage where I was filling up bottles of urine more than I was getting rid of them.
We're nowhere near the floor at the moment. You think we are, but we're not. There's a mountain of kitty litter here mixed with urine.
Okay, sorry. If she had her house to clean up, she would have enough time to, like, run to the bathroom. Because I don't know. I would just kind of assume it would be more difficult to try to put it all in a, like, bottle. Because you know she missed a lot. So you know a lot went on the outside of that bottle, on her hands, on the floor. Like, wouldn't you rather just be able to get up and run to the bathroom? And even if she couldn't make it, maybe if she really has a problem like that, she should wear, like, Depends or something. Like, I'm not trying to be funny, but I think that would be better if she didn't make it to the bathroom in time instead of, like, just peeing in a freaking bottle.
Urine and kitty poop. And we've got to shovel through this. I don't know how long this has been here, but I'd say 4 years.
Wow.
My prime concern is that she gets her home back and able to use everywhere correctly. I think it'll take about 2 weeks to clean the whole flat. It's all about the manpower, really.
And Sally is looking forward to the transformation.
Me
My
too.
sister and my brother-in-law come up and do them a dinner and things like that. So and having my mum back round again. That's the sort of things I'm looking forward to. Be able to socialise with my family more than anything else. So yes, that's what I'm happy about.
It's 6 months since the clean began.
Oh my gosh.
But has Sally avoided falling back into her old ways?
I love this part. Oh, wow.
Man, it's clean AF in here.
He meant clean
and fresh. Who was that?
Come on.
Usually bras fit small-chested women like this.
Oh my gosh. I'm so excited. This is the freaking best freaking part, man.
Tons of
Wow. Oh my gosh. You can see it all.
Since the clean, T and Kaz have been checking regularly on Sally's welfare.
Good job.
Sally has been amazing. She's stayed positive throughout. She's always happy, always smiling. Even when she thinks, oh my God, we're not going to get it finished, we do.
Well, when you first came, obviously you couldn't actually get into the kitchen. All you could actually do was just get the gap of the door. So
Look how different she looks. She's like glowing. She looks healthier. She looks so much happier. And oh my gosh, those ladies are awesome. They don't have to check on her. They could have just did their job, got rid of the stuff. Bada bing, bada boom. But for them to, like, check on her regularly, oh my gosh. I love it.
it's a big difference now because rubbish was piled up to here. Everywhere was completely full of rubbish.
It's totally different now. And the thing is, you've maintained it, which is great. Because
Yeah. I still have
people, after a couple of months, they start to go back to their old ways.
especially with what I've just been going through as well.
With what's happened with her mum, the passing of her mum and everything. I don't know how she's done it, but she's really pulled through.
My life's improved dramatically. I feel a lot healthier, a lot happier, even though I still suffer with depression and anxiety. Passing of my mum has only been recently. Because of the state of how I'm living now, I can handle it more, and it got to a stage where if my mum had passed away and I was still living in the same situation I was, I don't think I'd be here now, to be honest. Feels strange, but, you know, because you get used to it after 4.5, 5 years of it. But now it's all clear. You still come around the corner and I still have a shock, to be honest, thinking, wow, it's gone, it's all gone.
Oh, we're so proud of her. We're so proud of what she's achieved. We shall be visiting Sally for the next 12 to 18 months, but I reckon 18 months at least, so that she's got that support
And aftercare.
and aftercare. But it's like visiting an old friend, so it's quite enjoyable.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Millions of people out there that's living like I was, you know, and if they can see me and say, she's done it, then maybe they can do it themselves. But they have to have the right mindset at the end of the day. And because the girls helped me, I've become back to my old self. I mean, they're not just cleaning service. I see them as family. I love them to bits, I really do.
Aww. I'm so emotional. Why is that so emotional to me right now? I really like this.